The Pismo Pier is near and dear to many Cal Poly students' hearts, but the Central Coast attraction is waving goodbye for up to 2.5 years. Some of the older parts of the pier, like this wood right here, are close to 100 years old. So the City Council said it's time for a makeover. City officials are installing new wheelchair-friendly ramps like these. So now the Marina Del Rey Harbor is opening up its doors to everyone for some summer fun. Many places on campus will even give out free condoms. Pulse will give out 5 free condoms per day to anyone. But one thing is for certain, even the happiest city in America isn't shielded from HIV. Gianna has 5 horses, but she says that she has the strongest bond with Lucky. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office has arrested more than 175 people in the past 2 days, mainly for drugs. To try to help, they're passing out these cards that say dancing with death. Insomniac Events has been hosting this rave for the past 21 years here in San Bernardino County. Reporting from Devore, Allison Royal, CBS 2 News. Woods Humane Society is extending their promotion through Wednesday so dogs like Parsnip here can find their forever home. Meet Gianna. It's Tuesday, April 11th, and it's a special day. It's Gianna's 19th birthday. She's spending it where she feels most at home, the rodeo grounds.
All of them are, performance horses, so they're supposed to be ridden every day.
Gianna's been riding horses since she was 4 years old, something she learned from her dad. Gianna has 5 horses, but she says that she has the strongest bond with Lucky. But Gianna has to take it easy today, because she just lost her thumb.
I was tying a bowline knot, and I had my hand in the loop, and my horse pulled back, and my thumb came off. Pull this tight, if my thumb's in there, it just gets destroyed.
Teammates called 911, and her rodeo coach took her to the emergency room. Then, officials airlifted the freshman to USC in Los Angeles, where she went into surgery for about 8 hours.
And then it looked really good throughout the night, and even in the morning the surgeon came and he was really excited because it looked so good.
But then her thumb turned purple and gray.
Then I went back into surgery. They realized they couldn't do anything, so they closed it and, amputated my thumb, I guess. An emotional roller coaster because you think that it's gonna work and then it doesn't.
She's learned a lot about both rodeo and life.
I don't want to say I learned that I'm strong because I've always known that, but I've learned that you're not really in control of what necessarily happens to your body. I'm in charge of my soul, I guess, and that kind of sense more spiritual, but that, if you don't let anything destroy that, nothing can really defeat you.
But for now, there are some challenges.
There's not anything too crazy. It's just you can't get your hand wet, so you're holding it outside the shower, or trying to put a bag over it or whatever.
But there's also hope.
Got to talk to some people, talk to someone who was lost their thumb, 30 or 40 years ago, and he still does everything.
Gianna can't lift anything over 20 pounds for the next 6 to 8 weeks.
The thing it feels like is pins and needles.
Gianna wants to be a role model that the rodeo community will remember.
It would be really cool for me because I would be more known than I think, any other person because I had lost my thumb.
But don't worry, you'll see Gianna performing at Poly Royal next year.
I'll be back. I'll be ready. Hashtag fear the return. Lucky, are you done with the camera?
Allison Royal, Mustang News.
Nearly 8,000 people braved the rain with their picket signs and blue ribbons like these to show their support for the Slow Women's March.
Each person had their own reason to march.
Because it's not just about our generation and the millennials, it's about our kids and our families and the place that we're gonna have in the world.
When organizers started planning the event, they were expecting only about 200 people.
My co-organizers, Dawn Addis, just put a little thing on Facebook after the election and said, wouldn't it be great if we could have a march here? And that just grew like women's things do to this day.
There were signs for as far as the eye could see on the stormy Saturday. The streets filled with people and pets of all ages.
I've been standing out here for an hour or two just giving hugs to the marchers, and one guy came up to me 4 times and publicly announced that apparently I give the best hugs. Another woman, she was kind of older, she came up to me and embraced me for minutes, and she kept on telling me that I was beautiful and that I needed to be out here. I made her cry, and then I cried a little bit. It was a beautiful moment.
Plenty of Cal Poly students marched alongside one another, each with hopes for the future.
I'm marching for all the people who can't be marching today.
It's really important that women in our generation, we don't move to the past, that we keep pushing forward.
The event was a team effort with support from local businesses and 140 volunteers. Organizers say this event will not be the last, and the march will be a slow tradition for years to come.
And when I went up to the gazebo to join the group and looked out, I was crying. That's how it felt.
Allison Royal, Mustang News.